Welcome to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. If you're listening on Spotify, you can support the podcast through listener support. Plus, check out exclusive show-related content and join the community at patreon.com/Animal Stories for Kids. And now, it's time for our story. Once upon a time, there was an Asiatic black bear named Minseok. Minseok the Asiatic black bear was a bear cub that had many talents. He was able to smell where the best honey was in the forest, sing the loudest, wrestle a big rock to a standstill, but his most favorite was seeing how high he can jump up and down while hanging on the end of a tree branch. It was silly, but it was really fun for Minseok. What would happen would be that Minseok the Asiatic black bear would climb up a tree and then find a branch that's close enough to the ground where he can hang and touch the ground with his feet. And then he would shimmy his way out on that branch until he can jump up and down from the ground, and the branch would help him get a little higher in the air. It was one of the things that Minseok the Asiatic black bear looked forward to every day. On this particular morning, Minseok was finished eating some berries and just found a tree that he could climb to jump around. "All right," said Minseok the Asiatic black bear. "It's time to jump around again." So Minseok climbed up a tree that had a low-hanging branch, and he hung on the branch and made his way to the end where he could finally touch the ground with his feet. And then, as he was hanging there on the branch, touching the ground, he started jumping. And he jumped, and he jumped, and he got higher and higher. "Wee-hee-hee!" exclaimed Minseok the Asiatic black bear. "I think this is the best tree I've ever found to jump so high. Woo-hoo-hoo!" His friends, the other Asiatic black bear cubs, came walking up to Minseok while he was jumping up and down. One of his friends said, "Minseok, are you ever coming down? We're playing tag." "Can't, sorry," Minseok yelled as he was jumping up and down while holding on to the branch. "I'm too busy trying to beat my record. I was this high yesterday, but I think I can get a little higher today." The other Asiatic black bear, a little impatient to go play tag, said, But tag is fun. And we're also chasing butterflies and pushing boulders." "Butterflies and boulders can wait," said Minseok the Asiatic black bear, bouncing higher and higher as he turned his focus on holding on to the branch tighter and jumping. But then, of course, with all that jumping and hanging on the branch eventually snapped, and Minseok the Asiatic black bear fell on the ground. And when he shook off all the leaves and got up and looked around, he didn't see his friends anymore. And the place he thought they were playing at was empty. And the butterflies were gone too. And all the boulders in the area had been knocked over. And then Minseok felt alone and a little down. And so he just walked away from that place and moped around the trees, just walking around, droopy ears and head, lazily and reluctantly sniffing for honey and berries. And he walked and walked through the forest, and as he was getting more and more sad that his friends weren't around anymore, he saw an oak branch pointing right at him, drooping down from a big tree. Minseok the Asiatic black bear's eyes widened. "Yes," said Minseok, going right up to the tree to climb it. "This tree looks nice and sturdy, and I think I can jump up higher than last time on this one." He went up to the tree, and he hung on the branch, and started to scoot little by little toward the end of the branch where he could touch the ground. And as he was hanging on the branch that was slowly dropping from his weight, and right when his feet touched the ground, Mintuk heard some laughing and playing. And then he saw his friends running up to him. One of his friends said, "Hey, Mintuk, you're back." The other friend said, "We thought you jumped up to the sky or something." As his friends were talking, he looked up and he got ready for another big jump, and then he looked at his friends again and saw their eyes waiting on what Mintuk was going to say in response. Then Mintuk, the Asiatic black bear, let go of the branch, and all the leaves fell everywhere. As Mintuk, the Asiatic black bear, shook himself off and walked away from the leaves toward his friends, he said, all right, enough jumping around. Let's go chase some butterflies and find some boulders to push over. But after that, I'm coming back to this tree for some serious jumping." And his friends cheered and went off, following the butterflies and pushing on boulders. Mintuk realized that while jumping around and having fun on a tree branch was exciting and felt great, hanging out with his friends was even better. After all, what good is it having so much fun if there's no one to share the fun with? And besides, there would always be another branch and another chance to jump up higher. And the Asiatic black bear lived happily ever after. The end. The Asiatic black bear is also known as the moon bear, white-chested bear, or the Asian black bear, and is a medium-sized bear species native to Asia. Their fur can vary from black to brown. Adult Asiatic black bears can measure from 4 to 6 feet high at the shoulder and 4 to 6 feet in length. They can weigh from around 200 pounds all the way up to 440 pounds. They have a large and rounded head with small eyes, large ears that are set apart farther than the American black bear's ears. Another noticeable difference from the American black bears are the long fuzzy hair ruff on the side of their faces. The Asiatic black bear has a heavy body with strong, thick legs and broad paws. They have short tails, which is barely visible under their long, coarse coat. Asiatic black bears are sometimes called moon bears because they have a white or light beige V-shape on the chest area, and people call it a moon shape. And they usually have a small white or beige-colored crescent across the throat and a small spot of white on the chin or muzzle. Asiatic black bears have 5 toes with non-retractable claws, giving them strong digging abilities. They have a great sense of smell, as with all bear species. Asiatic black bears live in forests, mountains, and in areas with thick vegetation. They live at higher elevations during the summer and come back down during the winter. Asiatic black bears are omnivores and are opportunistic feeders. They eat small animals and plants. They eat fruit, seeds, berries, and even insects. They are known to not eat as much meat as the American black bear, and so their large molar teeth are flat to help grind up vegetation. The Asiatic black bears are skilled climbers and are known to climb trees very well in search of food. The Asiatic black bears are smaller than the American black bear. The Asiatic black bear is an endangered species due to a loss of habitat and illegal hunting. They are usually solitary animals, which mean they are on their own most of the time, but they are more social when they are younger and are being raised. They are nocturnal, but also have been observed to play and forage in the daytime. The Asiatic black bear has exceptional sight and hearing and can smell very well. Have you seen a real-life Asiatic black bear before? If you have, Where did you see it? If you want to write to us, ask your parent to email us at animalstoriesforkids@gmail.com and tell us what you think of our stories. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. If you're listening on Spotify, you can support the podcast through listener support. Plus, check out exclusive show-related content and join the community at patreon.com/animalstoriesforkids. Until next time, bye!